Hello everyone, welcome back. So I continue on my project here. This is the inflatable boat. I'm building it from scratch. I have a brand new Suzuki motor installed on it already. 40 horsepower Suzuki. I had to modify the transom, raise it a little bit for this 20-inch transom motor. My transom is only 16, so I have to modify it slightly. I will probably do another detailed video of what I did over here. Okay. I got some aluminum extrusions from a friend of mine, and yeah, I got it installed. It looks pretty solid, if you ask me. Over here there is a location of a tank. It's not secured yet, but at least you know it's just sitting right now there. Bench, it's not secured yet, but this is most likely where it's gonna stay. This bench, metal bench with the console and a control remote is already secured. This is aluminum. The other one was either plastic or fiberglass. I think plastic. This one is pretty heavy duty aluminum box. Okay, waterproof, nice. So it's already secured to the aluminum floor, foldable aluminum floor. Okay, and well, this is what I did on the box. I cut out 6-inch holes to install those two speakers. Also, right above the speakers, you see those little two circles on each side of the speaker. These are little LED lights, 1 inch in diameter, maybe even less than 1 inch in diameter. I also have the same lights installed on the back of this box, just to kind of give me a little bit of a light in this area. And also I got some lights installed over here. This one's here, to give me light in here in case I'm gonna be riding in the dark. Okay, you never know. So yeah, or do some night fishing or something, right? So you could do it from the boat. At least you're gonna have the light inside, or deck light. So you know you're gonna have your fishing rod, hooks, all kinds of things. So it's good to know. It's good to know where everything is, and it's visible. All right. So this is my central console, which came. By the way, this central console, this box was modified. Originally, it was, I would say, half of the size that it is now. I made it myself out of aluminum box. Somebody made the aluminum box for me, and I coated it with fiberglass and sanded and everything. It took me probably 2 weeks to finish it. But anyways, the reason why I did that, so I could put some additional gadgets on this, like speedometer, tachometer, and radio. So all those 3 round holes over here. So this one here is a tachometer, Suzuki brand. It will show me the everything about the engine, you know, warning lights and temperature control, like all kinds of things, right? So this is very important for the motor, right? So you can monitor the if the motor is not overheating or if there is oil, right? So this is a must. Before there was no space for me to install it on this console, so I had to create this. Okay, I will see how this thing behaves on the water. If it's too wobbly, then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna probably do another extension over here of a pipe and maybe attach it to the side here. Okay, so probably I'm gonna run it from the side here and to this aluminum box, right? And then it's gonna stiffen this entire front. Okay, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. But first I'm gonna have to attach everything, like that extension pipe that I installed there. It runs all the way over there to the back. That's where I have all my cables running from the motor. Okay, there's quite a few of them. And also from my lights, LED lights at the back here. I also have LED lights at the back of the transom. This one's here. I drilled a little hole here, 1 inch hole. I stuck them in there. This is gonna be for my navigation at night, navigation lights. Two at the back. I'm gonna have this red one. I have the red one here at this corner and green one on the other side. And I'm also gonna probably get this baby installed at the front, just to see, you know, if I'm approaching a shore at night, I actually can see clearly that there are no logs, nothing in the water that can damage my boat, right? So this is quite important. Okay, so that's mostly for safety. I'm thinking if I should have this thing actually on a separate, what is it called? Switch, but most likely not. I'm gonna have to figure this thing out. I also have another bow. The light, this one is a little bit cheaper. This one I paid $13 in Walmart. This one I paid $30 in Walmart. This one is slightly better. Anyway, so here's my battery. So I put the battery over here. The battery is probably 40 pounds. I didn't want a lot of weight at the back, because you're going to have your fuel tank. You have your 225-pound motor at the back. You don't want to have too much weight at the back, otherwise the boat will pivot too much to the back, right? So this battery is where I'll be sitting, or the driver will be sitting. Okay, so you could see, like, you distribute the weight throughout the boat. You don't want to have everything at the far end, right? So this thing is in the middle, and I'm going to have another bench at the front over here, similar to this one. This, I already purchased another bench like this, and it's going to be sitting somewhere over here, right? So I'm going to have 6 seaters here, maybe a 7 one at the front. I put like a little bench, single one for somebody to just kind of chill, or maybe a little pillow or something, right? Anyway, so that's it. I still have quite a bit of wiring to do. I did most of it, I would say, wiring. So now I just have to hook everything up, see if everything is working. Motor, I have not tested motor yet, the connection of the motor. So this I'm gonna leave for the spring. Once it gets warmer, I'm not gonna be doing this now. I'll do it probably in April. And then it's maybe, you know, if I need to do some adjustments, I'm gonna maybe have a month and a half to do all the adjustments before I put it on the water. Okay. But yeah, I want to make sure that the motor starts, everything functions properly, the remote is installed properly, right? What else? And obviously the radio, speedometer. Speedometer, I know it works. It's a GPS speedometer, so I don't really have to wire to anything. All I gotta do is just give it a power, 12 volt power. So it will detect, it will catch the satellite, and it will give me a signal. Okay. I'm not sure how good of a quality that is, but you know what? For time being, that's what I have, and if this is not gonna perform well, I may replace it with the Suzuki speedometer, but for time being I just have this one, so I paid $100 for it, so might as well just check it out at least and see if it works. Alright, so this is the inflatable boat, 16-footer, okay, fits perfectly in a garage. I have access from one end and from the other end. I have this slightly customized brand new trailer, light gauge trailer, that was typically originally designed, I think, for the Sea-Doo or a very small boat. Okay, the capacity is only 1,200 pounds, but it's got a nice torsional springs, so it's not gonna be as bumpy. All right, which is a good thing for this kind of boat, right? You don't want it to be too bumpy. You don't want to shake it too much. So yeah, and my biggest concern at the beginning when I was looking for a boat, or my first boat, was the weight. Okay, I'll be pulling this thing with the minivan, so I don't want too much weight. As it stands, this thing is probably around 700 pounds right now. Okay, including the trailer, the motor, and the boat itself, and little accessories on the inside. 700, maybe 50 pounds. Okay, that's not bad. All right, that's not bad at all, considering that typically like boats of this size will run you probably in a range of 2,500 pounds in total, maybe even more. Okay, so it will be way easier to pull this baby. Okay, and another good factor is that you know, with inflatable boats, okay, so there is a risk of, you know, getting it punctured, right? So as far as puncturing, there are 5 sections. So there is one inflatable section, there is a second one. The front entire bow is inflated separately, and there is one there, and there is one there, and also I think there's a floor, something at the bottom that is inflated as well. Anyway, so all around I have 5 chambers, right? So if this one goes, I will be still able to stay afloat. This one goes, I'm gonna have issues because the motor, that's where the weight of the motor is, right? So I'm thinking about getting emergency inflatable either pad or some kind of bowl, some kind of inflatable device that I can quickly inflate, maybe with the gas, in case something like this happens in the future. And I would attach it to that one side, let's say over here, right? Quickly with the rope, and it would inflate it. It would keep that side up from drowning. Okay, that's something that I have to think about. Okay, but the bottom line is that this, you cannot really sink this thing. Okay. With the other boats, if you go too fast, the waves are too fast, you know, the smaller ones, especially those fishing boats, you can flip them. You can easily flip them and drown them forever. That's it. Once you drown it, depends where you are. Obviously, if you're close to the shore, you can always pull it out, right, from the bottom. But if there is a significant depth, you know, you drown the boat, and then you know what, you can just say goodbye to it. Okay, with this baby you cannot drown this thing. Even if you ever flip this thing, which I very much doubt I will ever flip this thing because it's quite wide and flat and long, I don't think I'm gonna have any issues. Okay, so as far as flipping, staying afloat, you know what, this baby will never sink unless somebody comes with a machine gun and shoots their round of bullets into this. Obviously, it's gonna deflate the entire boat, and then I'm gonna go down, right? But will that really happen? I don't know. You know, unless we're gonna run into another war, which is highly unlikely in Canada, because Canada is a very peaceful country. We don't want trouble. We don't want enemies. So we don't want to make any enemies, right? So this is it, okay? And I also got my, let me tell you guys, okay, I did this as well. This is my license plate, okay? So I used the special paint, stencils. I got the stencils from Amazon. You could get it from Dollar Store as well. I spray paint them on both sides of the boat, in the front. That's the regulation in Canada. What else? Yeah, and so this baby will be ready for next year for sure. Now in November of 2020, I intend to take this baby for the first time on the water in May of 2021. In 6 months, believe it or not. Okay, so guys, prepare. I will be shooting a lot of videos with my reviews of the way boat behaves, the control, the speed, the what else? Overall, you know, the full review with this 40 horsepower motor. By the way, the reason why it's for 40 horsepower motor, this is the maximum I can put on this boat. Okay, if you have a Zodiac, I think on Zodiac you can put 50 horsepower. But guys, you know what? This boat is very light, so I think it's gonna fly. And you know what? You don't want to kill yourself. Okay, so I think this 40 horsepower is plenty of power for this light boat. Okay. So the boat itself, by the way, on its own, just the boat with the foldable floor, is 200, maybe 20 pounds. Okay, so it's very light. okay, and then motor, you're adding motor. But consider, like, look at other boats. Other boats gonna probably be 1,500 pounds, right? This one is only 220. Okay, plus seats. Okay, so added additional 100 pounds, 120 pounds, right? So you're looking at 350 maybe with all the seats and the boat itself without a motor. Okay. Considering, you know, like it's a pretty lightweight, guys. Okay, so that's why I like it. I'm also gonna accessorize it with some little accessories. Like, you know, I would like to get into fishing as well, so I'm gonna probably mount some fishing mounts on each side. Right, I already got them, made in Canada, by the way. Good quality stuff. I got 4 fishing rods for all my kids. My wife even got one as well. We never fished before, but you know what? I think there is always this first time for everything, right? So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. And another thing we're gonna do is, I'm gonna show you guys very quickly. You see those little hooks over here? I'm gonna show you there's a little hook here, stainless steel, on this side and on the other side. I got them attached on both sides. This is for me to pull the cable, a line, to do some, you know, sport activities like water skiing. What else is there? You know, pulling some inflatable devices. You know, this, I don't know, inflatable tire or something, right? With kids on it, right? So kids can have fun, and I can have fun doing the skiing, water skiing, for the second time in my life, by the way. Okay, so guys, this is the review of the boat right now. Okay, any questions? You'll probably be able to send me some questions relatively soon. My wife has to, my son has to set up an account, but this is one of my first reviews of the boat. Okay. I think I have some other videos as well from the past, but I haven't posted them yet on YouTube, so I'm gonna do that as well. Okay, so guys, I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye.